Oh, sorry, I was using my hands too much. So, thank you to everyone for spending time with us tonight. Jody and I are truly honored to have everybody here. So, and Mr. and Mrs. Birdwell, we're blessed to get to know you and your spectacular family. You guys have been great. So, also, I want to give a shout out to Cody's buddies for introducing me to a new term for the word shotgun. You might want to ask them about that later. They'll be around. Yeah. So. Check it out. Okay. But I'd like to share a story tonight about Morgan. So, Morgan, she always had a plan, whether it being something she read, heard about, or learned in class. She was always charting her course. So, all was going as planned until the summer of 15 when she was interning in Houston, Texas. She was introduced to Cody by a fellow intern. So, and when Morgan returned home, we knew something was up because she was just happier than ever. And not that she wasn't happy some of the time, but I mean, she was happy. So, and she was expressive, and she explained that she had met a special person down there. So Jody and I thought we should get to know Cody. And we found the young man and Morgan had a lot of goals and interests and dreams. They shared a lot of those. So then one August day, I get a call from Cody. And in his southern charm, he goes, "Mr. Jacobson, I've been reading about what it takes for a successful marriage and would like your permission to marry your daughter. I immediately said yes and honored to have you as part of the family." So then Cody proceeds to ask, "Mr. Jacobson, what makes a successful marriage?" After some quick thinking, I respond and say, "You always want to try and give more than your spouse each day." I've been thinking about that statement to Cody, and I'm thinking Cody feels a little cheated. But what I neglected to tell him that I would tell Morgan the same. So Morgan and Cody, keep it simple. The more you give, the more you will receive in a marriage. And this is one of those days for Jody and I when the return on investment is topping the chart. This next part I got to get right, so I got to read this because Jody wrote this. So, Morgan and Cody Birdwell, know there will be struggles along the way. Rely on your parents for unconditional support, love, and no judgments, as our goal as parents is to help the two of you succeed. Please raise your glasses to Morgan and Cody Birdwell.
I really expecting this. Great crowd. We that way, this way. So when we're in the, I'm gonna stand over here. Center stage. So when we were in the church, we were sitting on the groom side, of course, and somebody made the comment, "Oh yeah." Somebody made the comment, "Dang, there's a lot of people on our side." So whenever you have can you hear me? Whenever you have this is not working. Whenever you have a destination wedding like this, it's interesting to see how many people show up, but it's been pretty impressive to see how many showed up for this wedding, and that goes to show the amount of friends that Cody has for Texas. So we're all but the hospitality from Omaha has been awesome, and I guess Nebraska, we keep crossing over through different states. I get confused. So I've been talking with some of the friends that we're sitting here at the table with that this is my first time in Omaha, my wife's first time, and my daughter Melissa's here with us, and I haven't had an Omaha steak yet, and I hear that Omaha steaks are better than Texas steaks, but we have yet proven that actually happens. So we're getting up at 8 in the morning, and we're going to go find some restaurant that sells red wine and Omaha steak because we have a flight at 11:30. So, is it still working?
The batteries are going out in it.
Batteries are going out in it. My batteries are still running, though.
Okay.
So anyway, we're very thankful. We're very happy to be here.
This one comes out right here. We'll switch those batteries out for you here.
We're very happy for the bride and groom. Is that better? And if anybody knows a good cigar shop in close distance, I'm fixing to go buy a box for everybody. But thank you very much, and hope everybody has a wonderful time.
Well, Fred, thanks for getting things started with those kinks in the mic. We'd first like to thank everybody for being here, and more importantly, as we were preparing this speech, all Casey and I could think about was, dang, our sister gets married in 30 minutes, and we just could hardly believe it.
Beautiful wedding, though. We did take a little bit longer for our preparations. We first, on behalf of our family, our parents, want to say thank you for everybody coming. I know that it's time and traveled, and it's your day spent, and we appreciate that. And we will have and ensure you a good time tonight, that's for sure. Cody, it's done. I saw the ink. Maddie signed it, so I don't know if it's legal, but she did sign it, so it's done. But we just wanted to make sure that you knew a couple adjectives that describe Morgan, maybe some that we came up with that have molded her into who she is today. And the first one, which won't surprise you, is intelligent. And we have a little story that goes along with each of these. They're not lengthy, don't worry, you don't have to get another drink. We'll keep it short. But I think Grandpa Don would picked her up in kindergarten, maybe in his red convertible. I don't know. It's a better story if it was, right? And they were driving around, and he was asking Morgan, "So, what you been learning?" And she's like, "Nothing yet." And I don't know that she's learned anything yet because she's pretty dang smart. She was probably teaching everybody.
The next adjective we have to describe you, Morgan, is determined. And the story to go along with that is when Dad dropped her off in the tractor when we lived in Avoca. And my mom called my dad, "Hey, where's Morgan?" And Dad's like, "Oh, she's been at the house for an hour." So Mom got the search party, grandparents, family members, all out searching the entire town looking for her, only to find her underneath all of Casey's dirty laundry in her room, falling asleep. So...
It really wasn't that much laundry, but I was in high school, you know. So Morgan is very inquisitive, and she was probably in 3rd grade. She comes home, and she's a really serious person, and she says, "Mom, this boy came up to me and said, 'I really love your peaches. I want to shake your tree.'" What does that mean? So if anybody can answer that for her tonight, that'd be great.
The next adjective we have for Morgan is funny, if you just ask her.
She has a lot of very good jokes. And she's very athletic. So if you've known her throughout her life, she was an athlete. She could throw a softball, she could play volleyball, she could golf, she could do about anything. But really where her true athleticism came from was probably 3rd or 4th grade when Morgan came home and asked Mom and Dad if she could wrestle. And unfortunately, that was a no. That was a strong no. Mostly because we had to describe to her what a sweaty slinglet and Dustin Mason would look like if she decided to take that venture. There's my Avoca people. Yep. So anyway, on a more serious note, when Dad kind of stole my thunder with the Houston, that's okay, Dad. When Morgan interned in Houston, we call it the Summer of Houston, and she kept FaceTiming us, and there was this Cody, and pretty soon it was a lot of this Cody, and who's this Cody, and you're on vacation with his family, what? And she just wasn't too serious about anybody before Cody. And so we heard a lot about Cody. We heard a lot about Cody's falcon. Yeah. A lot of falcons. Saw it in the FaceTime. But anyway, she comes home, and they were long distance, for those of you that don't know, for the first year. And she was so sad. And she always was wanting to go to Auburn, and how could we collect these miles to fly to Auburn? And they figured it out. Obviously, we're all here today. So, but I appreciate Cody. He compliments Morgan in. He compliments Morgan very well, and I know that he can be her better half forever.
Also, I'd like to welcome you to the family. And I'm sure you're well enough aware that in our family, there's a love to fill 1,000 lifetimes. We'll support your marriage and have your guys' backs. And there will be no secrets within our family. In all honesty, Morgan is the most independent, kind-hearted, and generous person you'll meet. And we certainly think you guys are perfect together. But one thing we ask, if she wants to become a wrestler, let her fulfill her dream. So let's raise our glass to Cody and Morgan.
All right. Hey, everyone. So I think they already covered all the thank yous, but it really means a lot to me. And I know it means a ton to Cody to see all of his friends and family. I mean, all of you. Like, look we're overflowing. To see your love and support, to be here today, and to travel from all over the U.S. to be here. So last night I was going to give a speech, and I chickened out. But I listened to everybody else's speeches, and what I was going to say is all the things that I loved about Cody. But funny enough, everybody else's speeches were the exact same thing that they loved about him. So I feel like I was covered, and it's good. As a summary, he's adventurous, he's loving, he's the first to forgive and say I'm sorry. So I'd say through that, he's taught me to be that, and I'm lucky enough to be able to spend every day with him. I would like to also say thank you to Ashley, my mother-in-law, which I don't even like to say in-law because I feel like all of you are just part of the family. I couldn't have asked for anyone better, and it's my favorite thing to see Cody's love and respect for you because I know someday he will hopefully, as a mom as well, love and respect me too. And also, his second mom, Lillian. Oh, your family just means the world to me. All of you, Steve, the girls. I get more sisters. How much better could that get? And finally, I'd like to thank my parents and all the family members and friends that helped put this event on. My parents, I've been lucky to see through all the years, through sickness and health, literally, loving unconditionally. And I just know with Cody, he's my best friend, and that's what you guys are to each other. And through it all, I know he'll love me as I will do the same. So I just want to thank you for being the best example, for always keeping our family together, our sisters. Thank you.
So for those of y'all that are wondering, Fred's real name's Todd. We've been calling him that since high school. So, thank y'all for coming. It's real meaningful to see everyone, and there's a lot of families here that have meant a lot to me and my family growing up, and I have a lot of stories, and Morgan's heard every one of them about every one of y'all here. Jody and Kevin spent a lot of time on this wedding. They did it all themselves. It's wonderful. It's beautiful. So thank y'all for everything that y'all have done. And I've got nephews and nieces, and actually Gavin over there. Gavin got his first kill on Friday with his uncle. So yeah, that was my proudest moment so far, this whole marriage. Got the first kill with Gavin, so. Yeah, no, thank y'all for coming. It really means a lot, and hopefully y'all have a fun night tonight, so.